going live on YouTube right now. Yes, real talk. We are talking about threats in marriage. Yes, last week we started. Happy Sunday, everybody. So last week we started talking about it, but this week we're like, no, we couldn't finish that conversation last week. We need to finish this conversation. So we decided to finish it off. So I have to reduce the volume on my other device. Okay, how are you all doing this beautiful day? Okay. Tolu, can you hear me? So are you with me on Instagram? Let me search for you. Let me request for you. I can see. I'll send you a request. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dr. Shimax. Hello, everybody coming into the room. Welcome again to another episode of.
All right, here I am.
Hey, go Tolu. So every time you'll be shining, you're not be allowing all this Instagram, social media guests, not be wishing.
It's not my fault.
Tell us, are you searching? Are you single and searching, or you are single and waiting?
I am not single though.
Oh, it's a shame. I was hoping that somebody here along my timeline would be lucky to be like, oh my God, I met Tolu on your page. But it's all good. It's good to know that you are at least off the market, and we hope you remain so. We don't want breakfast situation going on with you. I really don't want to do
that's the plan.
Yeah, so I don't plan that it should be serving you breakfast. To pay me, my brother. No, it's pay me. Yes, sir. Yes. How are you today? I know you've been on the road. We have to move this to 11 p.m.
Yeah. How are you feeling? I know it's very late over there.
It is late, but it's good. This is the time a lot of people are just holding their phones, not really doing much. So
exactly.
I think it's a great time to have such a serious conversation.
Of course.
So yeah, it's really good. So last week, for those of you that are just joining us, this is the Real Talk with Kaffy, featuring the almighty, amazing Tolu. Yes, and we decided to embark on this journey of conversation. Real conversation when it comes to relationship, because that is the foundation and the bedrock of who we are in the society at large. Absolutely. I am a very big advocate, passionate advocate for excellent living in any human being. And I believe that it starts off with the primary focus, which is relationships, because there's a relationship everywhere. At work,
of course,
at home, with your spouse, your children, with yourself. And I think the least most looked at relationship is the one you have with yourself. And if you can't find who you are, how dare you look for somebody else to deal with who you are without even knowing what it is that you're dealing with? It's so unfair, isn't it? So on Real Talk, we want to be real. We're not going to be Please let me tell my sister on Real Talk, we're going to be very real. We don't want to bother it up. Yes, we're bothering up perceptions, concepts, rules of engagement here and there. Here we want to actually lay down those rules and see how relatable is it, how possible is it. Are some of them just myths? Are they far-fetched? Are they possible? Is it possible to find true love? Is it possible to have a soulmate? What is even a soulmate? Is it possible to have life after marriage? Is it possible to have life after being divorced? Is it possible to gain back confidence after you've been abused in a relationship for so long and you want to try again? Or have you totally given up on even having to have that relationship with life? I think for us here on Real Talk, the most important relationship we want you to have is between you and life itself. And everybody that comes in as a result of what you have created and what you have found out about yourself. So that is a nutshell of what this entire show is all about. It's my own way of giving back to society, sharing what we have studied, what we have been about, experiences, and especially the most valuable of them all, mistakes. People think mistakes are things that you should take and go into a cave and die. because you made them. However, mistakes are the bedrock and the foundation of perfection in itself. So if you, the closer you want to be to living the true you, the better you, the excellent you, the more you are supposed to take all the mistakes that have happened in the world, around you, in you, with you, for you, by you, or by anybody around you, and put them together in a golden chest. That is the most, let me say, the biggest currency you can have to race against time. I think what we learn from the values of the mistakes that are being made before us, by us, for us, to us, is what exactly is one of the biggest elements towards racing against time in life. Because if you can learn from mistakes, you are cutting down the time you spend wasting time.
Absolutely.
Because you already know. So that is all I got to say. I want Tolu, I'm handing over to you right now. Take control of the wheels. I want you to introduce yourself once again. Why are we here? And what are we talking about today?
All right. Thank you very much, Kaffy. And Kaffy, you said it all. It's all about, learning from all the things that we've experienced in life to help teach others. And of course, my name is Tolu, and I'm so honored to have Kaffy, have me be a part of this because, Kaffy is someone I really respect. And my first lessons on principles of how to be disciplined with my time and be disciplined with my workout started in Project Fame with you, in case I never told you that.
No, you didn't, but I know now. Now I know.
Exactly, so this show is about me and Kaffy, helping all the other wonderful people here on this live to understand, that there's life after the mistake. There's life after the bad relationship. There's life after the abuse. You don't have to, you have to learn what you did wrong in that scenario, take accountability for what you did wrong, and also learn the reason why the person that did you wrong, you understand, so that you can better understand how to make better choices in the future. So, and today in particular, we're talking about sex within the confines of marriage. I was so happy that we were able to clear some things last time about sex before marriage. A lot of people, Kaffy, send me DMs like they never understood sex from that context because of, until they watch the live.
Yes, until they watch the live,
so
yes.
I'm just happy about that. And I'm ready.
That is what life is all about. I'm so happy that I've gotten messages of people saying, thank you for this show. And because we are opportuned through our own hustles to be celebrated for who we are, and we are now spotlighted, please do not mistake the spotlight for less of a human being. Don't mistake it. I think people always think that the moment you are popular, you never had a life before popularity. Exactly. I drink Gary, I found. I kill rat. Chop before kids. You make it out of Nigeria. Look at Tolu now. Anybody that meets you a year before, will be like, Tolu now, I just want privileged kids. You're not. You went through hell.
I went through the hustle.
So we should be a beacon of hope for the fact that we all come from a broken system. A system so broken that is broken into the core of family. And we fight through the broken system from a family perspective, family abused by family mentally, psychologically. We are abused by our society. We are abused by the system. We are abused by the mindset of the people around us, only for you to still struggle through who you are, to make it to a point where you are now required and seen as a valuable entity. That is a journey not easy on anybody. Then you are now on that spotlight. You can't even live a normal life. You are fighting between reality and illusion and perception. You understand? So please, it's not a place that it's not for everybody, which is the reason why not everybody. They said so many people are great, but not so many people are popular, but not all popular people are great, but not all great people are popular. You understand what I'm saying? Popularity and greatness, they don't match. Fame,
of course,
and greatness are not the same. It's not everybody that is famous that is good. It's not everybody that is good that is famous. So God has balanced it. That whether you are high or low, you will meet good people and you will meet bad people the same way. So being a celebrity does not exempt us from mistakes. It doesn't exempt us from what you are going through. We go hungry, we go to poo-poo,
Of course.
We go broke, we gain the money back. Do you understand what I'm saying? Life processes doesn't change. However, because of we are just a product of our faith, our hope, our belief, and our hard work. And that product has put us into a position that God says, I will spotlight you as a beacon of hope that it is well with other people. And that's what we are. And for those that decide to use their platform to shed light to other people's path, good. And those that do not, there's no judgment. Trust me, there is nobody on this earth that God will not use or God isn't using. So even you that you're not using your gift, you are still a cast in God's play, whether you like it or not. And that is just to put it forward there. We're not here to speak to you like people that are bigger and better. We are all fighting our battles and our demons. But however, we want you to know that if it is happening to us, if it's happening to you, it's happening to us. And if God has given us a head start, not even a head start, I would say a platform, a voice, where 100 people can listen to us at once, 200 people can listen to us at once, then it is worth it for us to do what we can. And that's why we are here. We're not here we're not here in a cloak. We're not a pastor or a preacher. We're not trying to show that we are perfect. We are saying in this imperfection, we are all on assignment, we're on a journey. I want to share that journey with you. I have made mistakes pre-marriage. I have made mistakes during marriage. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still going through my own. And I'm learning the fact that there is a pattern here and there is a cycle. And we need to break this cycle for the next generation, because we cannot continue to believe that marriage doesn't work. We cannot continue to believe that it's impossible to find, to build. I don't like the word find the right one. I want to use the word, I don't want to believe that it's impossible to build the right one together. Because I think there are a lot of misconceptions that we need to start tearing apart that is not true. You don't fall in love, you build in love. You don't fall in love. You build in love. And that's what we are talking about. So in marriage, sex in marriage, its importance, we want to talk about its importance. Its sustainability. How is it sustained? Why does it even go south? Why does it become less exciting for the majority? I'm not saying some people are not having it right. For the majority, why? So the first thing is, what is the importance of sex in marriage? So could you help us with that?
All right. I like that question. So one of the major things, like we started a premise for it the last time we were speaking, that one of the major things about sex is we understand that sex is intimacy. It's not just physical activity. So, and what does intimacy mean? It means connection. So you're connecting, during sex, you're connecting not just on a physical level, but on a spiritual, mental, level. So you're getting to know your spouse on a deeper level. Because when you connect somebody in that realm of sex, what it makes you, it endears you to them. It makes you care more for them. And I like the way sex works for women. And just in case you're wondering, we're talking about sex in the context of marriage. In case you're just joining us, just a reminder that we're talking. So, and especially I like the way it works for women, because women, it gives some kind of amazing assurance that this person desires me. You understand? This person wants to be with me. This person loves me truly. So sex is a conduit for you to express all the things you're saying. Because all the things you're saying, like, I love you, I want to be with you, you're my one and only, it is in sex that is expressed even more. Desire. So the whole purpose of sex put together is to express desire, is to express care, is to express, like, this is my person. That's why people find it very hard to forgive when you have sex with another person, because you're indirectly saying that my desire has shifted from you to somebody else. So the importance of sex in marriage is, you are the one I desire, and I'm always going to lay down and be intimate and be naked and unashamed with you, because you're the one that I desire the most in this world. So that's the first underlying purpose of sex, to bond the couple together.
I want to even add a little bit more later to that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I also feel that because of the way God designed it, and because of his intimacy, he also requires with us.
Exactly.
I also know that I don't like to just leave my body. I feel like, they say your body is a temple. I feel that even during that moment, it's almost like an alliance of communication, of oneness between two souls with respect to their honor to their God as well. God being the third party. So I feel that there is a spiritual exchange as much as it's a physical and emotional exchange. And there's a spiritual exchange as well. And in that spiritual exchange, we're supposed to be in reverence to our Creator. What is the reason why I feel the devil toys with that? The devil toys with that. I'm really one. I feel that. I feel the reason why it is so much like that. And everybody just looks at sex as like one act, like you justify it with a very flimsy wave of the hand, and we find out that when you toy with the concept of creation, you create that butterfly effect. The butterfly effect they call, where one little thing that you change in the course of, if you change something in the future, in the past, it dominoes back into a lot of chaos. And we are wondering why the world is the way it is now. We have broken so many rules. We have broken so many fundamentals. We've thrown away a lot of the way it was supposed to be. So what the system is doing now is that the system is realigning itself to keep order in place with what it is that is going on. So yes, it's not like God is quiet and is accepting some certain things, but you know what? He will not go against his word. He will not cancel what it is that he has done. Rather, there might be systems that are built above system to make systems still work for the system that has been. So when we tamper with the main reason for what is should be, we automatically will disintegrate the purpose of that thing.
Absolutely.
And so it won't function for its purpose anymore. And that's the reason why we're going to be having so many uncertainties, because now we've deviated from the main goal of what it's all about. So for me, like I said last time, I said at least I can still use my hand to count how many men I be with my life. Not because I'm better than anybody else, but because from the beginning I already knew that if my body is meant for one person. You understand? It's unfortunate that we are in a system that doesn't sometimes work for us like that. Does that mean that we can't find our way back home? We would. We have to find our way back into what is natural. And what is natural is that the engagement in this kind of emotional and psychological and spiritual intimacy comes with agreements that is communicated. You understand? So now that we've talked about the importance and the gravity of this thing, okay, what helps sustain it? Because I've seen it sparks flying pre-wedding. When it enters what are the elements and factors affect the lowering of the sustenance of this intimacy between man and wife? What are the causes?
One of the major things is simply put, life. Life has to happen. And what I mean by life, let me break it down. So prior to marriage, you made all the time to give to this person. But now that you're now married, responsibility elevates. You're now responsible as a man. You're now responsible for the woman. So you now put yourself under pressure a million times more than when you were by yourself, because you now have a woman to think of. So in itself, from a man's perspective, it's not entirely a flaw that he decides, like, I want to get more hours at work because I get more pay, or I want to stress myself more, or I want to take my Saturday and put it back to work because I'm trying to increase income because I now have a responsibility. But what that indirectly does is that it puts more stress on the man. So some men, so some men now start thinking less and less of intimacy and quality time with their spouse, because they're taking all these hours, and by the time the day is over, they are so drained that you're like, hey babe, It's been a wonderful day. I just want to come home and relax. Let's plan. Then I start talking about let's plan the sex out. As opposed to when they first got married, they were doing it every single day.
Spontaneous. Yeah.
Exactly. So now they now start to plan it, and before planning, after planning starts, the conversation of planning comes into play. They now start to forget. Hey man, we've not had sex in a month, so what's going on between us? Do you understand? And it happens for the woman too, especially if the woman.
I was about to say, I was about to interject and say, in Africa, I have looked at even from the below the line earning, like people that are on that I don't like to use word poverty for people. I'll say very, very low earning people. Why not send at them they won't pass? Is it that the longer you are, the more you want to knock your wife and give birth? Why? Why is it? Because I look at the slums and I'm like, first of all, when if someone like you now, Tolu, if you're still trying to look for a job, let's say you're looking for a job, and your girlfriend now tells you she's pregnant, you're going to go into some shock. Like, oh my God, you're happy, but you're like, what? But why is it that the lower we are going in income, especially in this Africa, the more children they are giving birth to? It's like one of the major stress reliever for an average, maybe Nigerian man, because of where I am from. Let me just go and climb my wife. Let me just go and climb. And if she's also allowed me to climb her, let me climb outside. You understand what I'm saying? Let me engage sex workers. Let me engage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, as much as what you are saying concerning the well thought out man planning his life and saying, this is us in our reality. Responsibilities are taking over our mind. We still have the ones that they still responsibilities taking over their mind, but they are coming home to plan. And before you know it, in the state of trying to plan their life, they are multiplying lives, and they can't hold back.
Exactly. Because
please say.
That's because some people use sex as a drug, a pain reliever. Do you understand? And that's when sex is a new definition. It branches out into a new definition for them. So a lot of the second dynamic that we're talking about, a lot of people come home in their stressful world and like, why are you giving my pain reliever now? Do you understand? So in that scenario, sex now starts to lose its original meaning, which is intimacy. Then the woman starts to complain like, he doesn't even look at me.
Look at me,
He doesn't talk to me. He just bends me over and when he leaves, he's done. So it's kind of like, this is my drug now. So you are an object. I come home, I'm stressed, give me what I want, and it's over. So there are two different ways that this thing can go south. It's either you're too busy stressed to have it, or you're having it a lot because it's a quick drug for you.
And the too much of anything is bad for you regardless. Even the good things in life, too much of it is bad. Everything in life needs a balance, And I see this dynamic that you're talking about occur a lot, even for those that are well-to-do. It's almost like this act has been converted now to be used as an opium for therapy. You understand? I just want to extract that and use it, and there's no communication anymore. There isn't any build up to it. Like if I'm busy and my husband is busy and we're both busy, I will come to look at it and say, wait, we have been too busy, and we have not done this thing since. Then it looks like, wow, we were busy. But not, I'm busy, you're busy, you just come home and just want to ram bam damn the thing. And I'm like, I just danced for 16 hours nonstop. you just went to produce for 10 hours. I'm fatigued as much as I think what I'm saying. So how do you think this kind of thing should be dealt with? What is that thing that can help for those couples that, because it's not everybody that's in a toxic marriage. It's not everybody that's in a toxic relationship. There's and toxicity is, nothing becomes toxic in your body until it becomes too much. We all have a dose of personalities that we're running from in all of us at different levels of our life. We have a dose of selfishness, we have a dose of gaslighting, we have a dose of everything. it becomes toxic when it is a main dish rather than a momentarily thing. But there are sometimes that you do something and it might just be selfish for that moment, and you realize it, and you and your girlfriend will talk about it, and you go like, babe, I'm so sorry. I wasn't really thinking straight at that moment. My mind was just at work, and just 1 hour into the conversation or later, I just realized that I didn't really listen to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now, and that becomes toxic when the conversation keeps coming to you and you keep blocking it out. I never had to do what I just did from the moment it occurred. So I feel like when are toxic, poison, when something is too much in your body and it's not supposed to be there, it'll kill you. So I feel that communication is one. And we use this word so much to look. Sometimes I'm almost tired of hearing the word communication. So I feel that at some point we still need to break down levels to this communication and why some certain things are not acceptable, especially in marriage when it comes to communication, where lack of communication is not acceptable. It shouldn't be accepted. However, communication management and communication techniques needs to be
in place
and learned. Like, I believe that each couple should find what works for them. Like for me, I can be very passionate in my expression that you almost feel like raging. If my passion supersedes my voice, sometimes you almost feel it almost popping out. And the other party can almost feel threatened intimidated by that. So most of the time, I resort to writing. Because I feel that you want to read it in your own tone. You want to read it, you get what I'm saying. I would rather communicate writing. Although I like to speak, I like to communicate with someone. I like to talk. You understand? But sometimes, because I be earlier, sometimes the voice will loud. Understand? And it's not all the time. It's not all the time that the other party will want to read it between the lines. Instead of reading what you're saying, they'll just be hearing the shout, and tune up. So, what role does communication play, and what various forms of communication modules can one adapt? And how can couples find the one that works for them? What journey do they need to be on with each other in order to discover these things?
Exactly. I love the fact that you brought communication into play, because that is where sex, what you say to your spouse, right? And most people don't understand the lead up to sex. They forget the build up to it and go straight to it. You understand? So in our situation where we're discussing how to combat situations where sex starts to lose its context, right? It's in communication that you bring it back into context. Let me give an example. So I'm at work, like our scenario where we said both couples are working last week, right? Yeah. So I'm at work, and I know that I want to have sex after work today. Here's what I'm going to do if I was a married man. And by the way, just to reiterate, we're talking about married people here. So if I was a married man, how I would do this? Okay, on my lunch break, I sent a message like, hey babe, I was looking at you this morning when you were getting ready for work, and I was like, God damn, such body. I don't want to go into details because I'm trying to be PG. God damn, such body. And then you click send, and then baby's at work. Maybe her boss has just finished stretching her mind there. She receives that message. She puts a smile on her face like, wow. So you're busy admiring when I was getting ready for work.
Exactly, that thought, yes, it's a seed. It plants a beautiful garden flower in your brain with nice scent. Like, we women, we are incubators of thoughts. Any small thing, we grow it.
Of course.
Grow it. I don't know, men should realize that we are so easy to please. We manifest things. So if you say a bad thing, we manifest it. If you say a good thing, we'll manifest it. And I feel like technology has even made a lot of things easier. You can put, I hate that word, I'm not a talking type. You can be an emoji type. Can be emoji.
Of course.
In fact, what's those other ones that WhatsApp do now? They are videos, expressive videos. I've had video, what do you call it? Chats, romantic video chats. We were not using any words, we were just using videos. from the WhatsApp expression. So
exactly.
You want a hug, I'll look for hug. I'll look for intimate hug, and I'll see these characters like hug intimately.
Exactly.
And there's some that they won't even show the full hug. You just see hands squeeze on your shoulder. I'm like, that's the way I feel. And you serve that. You understand? I think I'm like, technology is very easy. Like stickers. Some people say stickers. There are stickers that show it.
Yeah.
There are animojis. There are this video ones. GIFs. GIFs are awesome. Like you can have an entire session of intimacy with the GIFs, because you can collate them together and they can just express your thought, create your own movie, and the person is just anticipating and is. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel that in Africa, we're very hypocritical about our needs. We're judgmental. We know we want it. When it's happening to us, we're happy. But when it's time to express it, we're like, oh, freaky. Freak your freak for your.
Kaffy, don't kill me.
You don't understand. When we say that, we freak for your own. You know what you need. You know what you want. And sometimes it doesn't even need to go X-rated. It could be the blossoming flower, and you send that GIF, and you said, I just thought about you today, and this flower reminds me of the peace you give me.
Of course.
We need to, maybe I need to do some expression coaching class for some people. Let me teach you how to express this thing. You understand? Like, it doesn't cost anything. And sometimes, especially when somebody said, I made you blush, Tolu. especially when you are in that tense mode. You understand? And I want to talk about that. A lot of people in marriage also have what they call the makeup sex, what I'm saying, where there's a fight and the makeup sex comes into play. But I have seen the dangers of that. I've also been a victim of the dangers of that. Because both of you want to douse this tension so quick. Intimacy can do what they call a fire brigade approach for it. But did you guys really still deal with the issue? Or
no?
Nah, that's not a problem. Did you deal with the issue?
Because it could be a temporary band-aid on the main issue. You understand? You're just covering the wound. The wound is still there, but you're just covering something with the sex. And you know that the ecstasy of sex is very temporal. You understand? You sleep it off and it's gone. You understand? Until the next time you have sex again. So if the underlying is not talked about, which is communication, like you mentioned, then sex being a band-aid. In fact, sex cannot be a tool. Sex is not a tool. You understand? You cannot use sex to shut somebody up. Some people use sex to shut you up. Some people use sex to violate you. Some people use sex to change your perception about something.
To change your perception or
to
create a small screen of the reality. They want to lie.
Exactly.
And they're looking for a way to cage their lie and confuse you. So you just go like, but he did that, but he did this, but he did that, but it did this, and you're not conflicted within your own within your own reality and the illusion of the reality. So some people are very good in creating that confusion for their spouses because they have something shady they're hiding, or they might just be the type that don't like confrontation of issues. They like to sweep things under the carpet, and they might not mean it to end for bad. They're just not the type that love to confront, and that also comes to the into play when we bring into play the background of the people that are dating, which is one of the reasons why knowing who you are with is very important, because some people have mommy issues, daddy issues. Some people have been so abused as children and have been shut up so much that they just want to block out any single conflict is a trigger to something that they can't even remember. Sometimes they can't even remember that the trigger came from childhood. They have developed into it already and all of that.
Of course.
So this thing is sometimes used as a tool, and I like the word you use, tool. It is not a tool. It's just a layer to what is going on. It's just part of the process. And I was watching this romantic comedy today, and for more than 5 scenes back to back, Kevin Hart and this lady, they just met in the bar. The next thing, boom, they're going digging at it. The next thing they're trying, like, oh, the first one wasn't too great. Let me try another way. Let's try. They were just exploring their bodies, and I'm like, and they were fighting half of the time when they're not. And I'm like, this is what is being sold to us, media selling to us. That it's okay to meet somebody on the first date and just go dig it. I am not judging if it happens. There's some chemistry that can get you there, no problem. That's how you want to dig with it. But it doesn't mean that you should break the fundamental rule of knowing for the fact that you now decide, because they decided that they wanted a relationship. But because they tampered so much with that, they didn't really know themselves. They were exploring their knowing through body connections rather than through who they really were. They were always clashing. They were always conflicted. It took a moment of pause to get to the position whereby you're like, okay, no, who are you? Who am I? But the good thing that both of them possessed was that they were so curious about knowing each other. That's what got them through. But the movie didn't project that much. I was the one that did that. The movie didn't project that.
Exactly.
You understand? And I want people to also understand that look, this intimate act, I said intimate act, it's not the bane of intimacy. It's just one of the acts to show the desire and intimate affection that you have for someone. This particular one is the most volatile of all pillars.
Absolutely.
That you can use to hold a relationship together. It is such an amazing, like you say, bandage. It's very good to use to cure quick wounds. It's good to quickly latch on things. Everything that sex does is a quick fix to things. It's quick. It's like spirit. It's like perfume. It smells good now. You need to spray it again.
Exactly.
But the fabric that you wear, there are some fabrics that if you put perfume on them, if you sweat on it, you stink with the best perfume because the fabric is wrong. So what fabric are you wearing with your relationship? What fabric is your relationship built with? Is it built with fire resistance? Is it built with cotton? Is it built with, you go near flammable objects, you just blow up? What fabric? And I think that's part of the things. I want you to also, from a man's perspective, look to the drive. I a lot because I have clients that you speak. I see a lot of blame put on the woman's side when there isn't satisfaction.
Yeah.
You understand? For a man, what is satisfaction? Is it different for different men? What is satisfaction? There a template to attaining what satisfaction look like, so that when you want to discuss with your spouse, you now know how to do it. As a man, how would you tell your woman? Yeah, how would you tell her that I want more? How do I tell her I want more? How do I tell her I want to explore more things with our body, but our body is not letting her? Like, I've taken some classes, like I have classes for improved sexual activity because there's a level of flexibility you need, there's a level of muscular strength, endurance, and all of that you need. Some things are not communicated until you've done the spoil. So how do you communicate that?
So basically, from a man's perspective, it differs for every man. And that is the reason why most people, see, Kaffy, conversation before a relationship is very key. Very, very key, because most men, different men like different things in bed, right? They like different things. And if that is not communicated, eventually some kind of sexual resentment begins to build, right? So say, I don't know if I should go deeper. Say, for instance, a man likes, I don't know, a certain act.
Just use the, come on.
I know, right?
You can code it, but tell us. You can code it, but tell
Exactly.
us.
A man likes a certain way of sexual expression, and the woman is not used to that. What she's used to is different, right? Because of a past relationship. So now it begins to be like, man, because some guys have conversations, and which I think is absolutely wrong. But some guys have conversations with their friends, like, man, my woman, she's very basic in bed. She doesn't understand what it's like to please me. But what you need in bed has not been communicated at the same time. You understand? To the point where, like you said, I love what you said earlier about, taking classes. To the point where if you communicate something and the other person is not used to it, both of you can take classes, and it also brings you together.
I can teach you couples if you want to learn.
Exactly. Do you understand? So how you want to be satisfied is something that needs to be communicated before you start having more, of course, we're talking about a couple here. So before you start having more sex, you have to have that conversation. Oh, this is what I like. This is what I like. And if he's like, man, I've never tried that before. None of my exes ever wanted to do that. But it's something because I'm in love with you, something I'm willing to learn. How about we go into a class together and we learn how to do those things together? And even you can teach me. Some men will even tell you that, okay, if I'm not giving you what you really need, go ahead and talk to me during sex. Tell me, do it like this. Tell me, do it like that.
Do it like
exactly.
That. And right there, I feel is one of the codes to reason why people cheat. There is this idea that all of this comes natural, just comes magically. It's by chance that you might just get a girlfriend that is amazing, and it might amazing to you in your own perception of what you want. And it might just be by chance that the next one might not be as good as, and you might just be lucky to have another one that even tops that. You understand? But by the time you keep dallying around, because I've found some married men that they will tell me they are with a side chick because of what they care, they do me. I said, why you not tell your wife to do anyhow? Say that woman don't know how to do anyhow. She don't know, or you don't tell her. I tell her, and Jare, she don't even want that. Did you find a way to find it? Did you search for books? There are books. There are videos. There are, the people even think Kama Sutra is pornography. No, Kama Sutra is to teach you the art of exploring the human body to different situations. So most of the time, the way we treat love is also the way we treat what we fantasize sexually. It's like people must come ready-made to you. I used to be of the opinion that like I said last time, night is shining on you know what I'm saying? I always feel like that's the way they feel to me in romance, and I feel like when my heart sees him, and my heart go quim, and the eye go quim, and the chest go boom, that is the guy of the dream. You understand? But the guy of the dream, you don't know what he possesses, you don't know how he likes things, you don't know anything. You're just going with that chemical reaction, and you get there, you might be disappointed, you might be wanting to do things in a way to acrobatic yourself into a deeper relationship. You might still just walk out on you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it still boils down to communication, and ego needs to be thrown out of the door. I feel ego is the monster that sits in between husband and wife.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I'm so sorry to say, comes from the male folk, because the African man's mind has been battered towards superiority, that the vulnerability of him, facing that I need to learn something, has been killed. Like,
absolutely.
Even his friend said, I don't do that. I will say, no, you need to do 5 minutes. I don't do that. You can't do past 5 minutes. You should be wondering, okay, if that is the best, if I give you 5 minutes, how is that a problem? Build 35 minutes of foreplay and build 1 hour of intimate talk, so that the 5 minutes can feel like forever. Why not have conversations like that?
True.
Why must it be a competition between you and the other guy? Why are you trying to make him look bad? Why are you trying to make the other guy look bad? Because, you know what I'm saying? You're saying, wow, me now when I say color, I go 1 hour, they go. You be man, why want to be a human being for 1 hour, they go? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to produce a farm, animal farm? You know what I'm saying? No, let's imagine. And you know, there's something we talked about last time. We know when people try to link to pornography and all of that. Those people are acting. It's not everything. That's the reason why when you try to reenact some certain things without having a conversation with your partner, you probably are hurting them. You probably are dehumanizing them. Because you'll be like, I'm not that girl. You smack me. I don't want you to smack me in the back. What the hell you?
Exactly.
I saw it. I didn't know. I thought it was good. Why? Because we keep bringing somebody else into fit in for somebody else.
Absolutely.
Into that place. Somebody else. That's somebody else's world. We bring it in.
Yeah.
And you know, to how I say, sympathize with the guys. It's the conditioning. You understand? We need our men to be more vulnerable. We need our men to be more sensitive. You understand? But we also need the environment. Yes, please. And we also need the environment not to bash them for that. Yeah. We also don't want women to break hearts of men that want to be soft.
Because at the end of the day, Kaffy, intimacy in its very definition is exposure. It means I can see you. Intimacy. Do you understand? So if I cannot see you, then there's no mental intimacy. And then when it gets to sexual intimacy, it will be a horrible mess because you don't even know who you're being intimate with. Right? So that's why you feel poked. Because, and of course, your ego will feel poked because you've not exposed yourself to your spouse. They don't know you on that level. You understand? Yeah. So when your wife complains that, hey, I know we have a lot of sex, but I'm not always, you notice that all the types of sex you've had with her so far, she doesn't climax, you know, and it bothers you. And then she tells you the truth. Well, unfortunately, you've not really bothered to know what it takes to make me.
First of all, I didn't even know what that was. Trust me, I didn't even know what that was. I didn't myself. I don't know what climax was. You know what? Because I was bothered about that. I was bothered about the time I spent with I was so bothered. I was more about the time I spent with my partner. It was never about reaching Mount Everest. It's no need to reach Mount Everest. If Udi Hill is okay, we were already healed. When they find Mount Everest, on Udi Hill was cool, was good. Yeah, you understand? Or let me say, of the mountain is okay. You understand? I'm saying, why? You understand? I'm saying, why am I looking for Everest when I'm so fine where I am? And if you find Everest, let's find Everest together. It's not like somebody is telling me about Everest. I'm not going to come and say, Tolu, we have not reached Everest. Why did you take me to Everest? You are not a man. All men take their women to Everest. I'm like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no problem in Udi Hill where we are. You understand? There's no problem with it. But if there's an Everest to climb, and somebody brings Everest picture, then we not know, okay, there's an Everest. Okay, let's come on. Let's wear parachutes just in case we fall. Let's start climbing this Everest, you know, together, you know, and you know, and that is, and for me, that is so important. I feel that we're not getting to our men enough because they've been taught to see expression as weakness heavily. And we women also, we're not saints. Our mouth sharp where. You understand what I'm saying? And we also have been conditioned also to have so much expectation that we did not build, or so much expectation that we have. It's almost like saying that you already created an architectural plan of a building without knowing the kind of land you want to go and build it on and the kind of materials that are available to build it.
Of course.
So you're not going to have this master, and you're not going to come and meet a man that doesn't even have 2 square meters of land. Where's going to put the duplex in? He doesn't even have it. You understand what I'm saying? So we grow this idea in our head, and we just carry it like this, rather than say, okay, this is the idea of what I want. Can I communicate it to the guy that I met? Does this align with you? I like a very big kitchen. I like space. I'm claustrophobic. Are you? I love to look. I know the smell of my partner. Like smell is every human being has a scent. I am very intimate with my partner to the point that I can smell. Like I know the smell. Forget perfume. I know your smell. That is how intentional I am. I know every part of your body. I can talk about every part of your body. I can tell you how I feel about that because I need you to understand that I see you. Like you said intimacy. You cannot call intimacy just by how the person made you feel. You need to build intimacy by what you see for them to feel about what they know you know about them.
Gold.
You need that.
Gold.
And that's how you build it. That's how you build. See all this that I'm speaking. Don't be lying. I learned the hard way. Plenty breakfast and dinner. I'll be served, but I learned the hard way. But it's because I wanted to learn it, and I wanted to understand. Because every time something goes on in a relationship for me, the first person I put on the judgment table is myself.
Exactly.
I just put myself
accountability.
I just look at what did you do wrong? Okay. I'll tell myself I didn't like to do something. You could have actually made your points without sounding this way. You know that, right? Maybe you need to learn how to communicate a bit better. Yes, you have the point. You did a terrible thing. But even in the back, you know, sometimes women, or I think people in general, once we know that we are doing right, sometimes we do so much wrong in communicating our rights, or we become equally wrong with the right. You understand? I have to learn that. That doesn't mean somebody is wrong. Doesn't mean they can be better. Doesn't mean they can't be right. And doesn't mean they can't be wrong for communicating wrong the wrong way. Which is like the principle of he who has no sin, don't cast the first stone. Put a mirror in front of yourself, even when you know somebody has done wrong to you, and try to see how it is. I had to sit back and look at my marriage and I say, okay, these are the things that were. This is where you went wrong. This is what I could have done better. These are the things that I could have set as precedents from the beginning, and we could have worked at it. And if it didn't work, we shouldn't have been where we are now, or we could have been in a better place. Where do we go from here? How do we fix it? What do I need to learn even better? Maybe my fault, because sometimes we want to ask for answers. You know this African men mentality. A lot of African, I'm saying men, but a lot of men say, I don't want to talk about anything concerning the family, beyond me and you. One of the questions I asked my husband one of the questions I asked my husband one day when we had an issue is that you and I have been attacking this singular problem for a long time. We do not seem to have the answers. Sometimes you go and talk to pastors, they do not have the answers because they're not a professional.
Of course.
That regard.
Of course.
We need to go to a professional setup that handles that problem and can help us gain clarity in order to solve it. Sometimes when you go into therapy is not to advise you or bash you. Therapy is not to lay your truth right in front of you. Your partner's truth, where you don't let your partner talk that day. When you don't get to talk that day, the ones that you not finish talking, you will talk. And questions and analysis you put in front of both of you to see
yourself.
Where you went wrong. It was in therapy that I was forced to also put into some of the pain of my spouse that was causing me pain. To say, why do you think you did that? And I'm like, I don't know. No, you need to know why do you think you did.
Yeah, there are patterns that cause different things. Yeah.
Because you need to process, you need to put it from both ends. That is what that relationship is all about. You need to process it from both ends. It doesn't mean that if you want to walk away, don't walk away. But at least you've been able to process. And sometimes you might never get a why to the problem.
Of course.
You might never get a why. You are just going to have to make a decision whether you want to be there to deal with it or you want to walk away because the other party doesn't want to deal with it. So we're not advising you to stay in toxicity and try to fix things that are not fixed. The more communication. Okay, I have to go back to it. Can you hear me now? Sorry,
I can hear you now.
Timer for my app. it shuts down. So it shut down at that moment. So what we're trying to say here is that communication is the biggest pillar. In fact, when you're building something and there's a pillar in the middle that holds everything else, communication is that pillar. And if we don't start communicating from the beginning, during, and even after, and I think our last conversation about this section will be after. That is life after. You understand? Life after. Like, okay, after means you are divorced, or you are widowed, or you are separated, or you have stopped dating for a while, you want to start again. I'm talking about after. How do you get back to yourself after? We're going to talk about that because it's one part. When I date for a long time because I don't do too many people. I'm a one-man woman. And whenever I want to go back into a relationship, it's a long, like I stay for a long time, and I'm during that period, what is going on in your mind? And I want to share that with people. What you can do to get back yourself into the dating game, or get back yourself into believing in companionship again. I don't want to say believing in love from somebody else, because I feel that love for yourself is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. Because when you love yourself, you automatically radiate information of how to be loved. And somebody that sees that, likes to reciprocate and say, oh, Tolu is always looking sharp. He loves to look sharp. I want to be around him. I want to look sharp around, because there's no way to look looking sharp that I will not want to be the lady that's looking sharp. I can tell that the way a lady puts her lips together will matter to just to look sharp.
Of course.
You understand? I can tell that from him. You get what I'm saying? I can tell he will love to have conversation. He will love to talk about it. He will love to talk things out. Why? Because he talks things out. So there's some things that people don't need to talk. Whether you're going to be Tolu, or you're just going to be Tolu's friend, or you're just going to be a business partner with Tolu. Any relationship you want to be with Tolu has expressed it from the way he treats himself.
Period.
And basically,
end of the matter.
End of the matter.
Period.
See, next week, you can close now. So, over to you.
Yeah, so one of my final things I want to say is we have already established that communication is key, but you need patience as well to go with that communication. If you're not patient with the other person, and that's where loving the person comes into play. Because if sex is going to be great, you need patience, you need to communicate. If you don't love the person enough to be patient with them, to even hear, because some people don't like to be criticized. They don't, period. Don't tell me I'm doing anything wrong. But it's in patience with the other person that you're able to say, okay, I understand that I was giving my best, but it's not the best for you. How can I do better? Right? It takes a lot of patience and humility to accept that you've done your best, but your best is not enough. Do you understand? And this is on both sides. It's not for any gender, not because you're a man or woman. Exactly. Both of them need to be patient with each other to say, okay, I didn't do it right. If somebody complains, if your partner complains about something, especially in sex, you should be patient enough to say, okay, I understand. I was trying it my way. That was good. What makes you happy? What sends you there? What takes you to that fifth heaven? Let me learn it, because I love you enough to learn it, right? So in closing, to say, Kaffy said something powerful, that until you understand how to be in a relationship with yourself, somebody cannot understand how to be in a relationship with you, which is the case closed of the whole matter. You understand? So until you understand how you work, even sexually, you cannot tell somebody how to be sexual with you as well.
Thank you so much, Tolu. And then we cannot go too deep into it. When we want to be able to do that, we'll let you know. When we have coaching programs or we have seminars that can be off the air, because there's a little that we can say off the air, on air.
Exactly, on air.
With the regulations and all of that. But if you guys are interested into more deeper perspective to things that we want to do, this is a journey. And I'm starting with you because I see him as somebody dedicated to it. And I have so many other amazing people in my network. family building, passionate about family building, passionate about building right relationships, you understand, both from the spiritual side of things and from the, from the natural side of things, because not everything wants to go religious. We don't want to go religious and everything. We are still human beings, you understand what I'm saying? And we are spiritual beings as well. So from the spiritual side and from the human side, I always want to help. And one day, we've not designed anything yet. You understand what I'm saying? I designed a course. I designed a webinar that is called just so I'm so afraid to release it yet because I went into so much detail. You know what it's called? It's very, like the caption says, like, be stronger, last longer. You understand what I'm saying? Be stronger, last longer. And people will look at it from a very vague perspective and say, be stronger, last longer. Yes, it has. It has a dose of that, but there are keys. They're called kingdom keys. There are keys to get in there. Physical ones, mental ones, psychological ones, spiritual ones. And when those 4 pillars are merged together, you will never have the same kind of relationship with people ever again.
Period.
Especially when it comes to a couple, and I really want to help couples do get there. You understand? Even on some of the exercise programs I've done, I've gotten a lot of things because of, oh my God, and that said I'm better now, and I'm like, about effort here and there. I'm like, tell Ogatu to get some training. You can't be the only one going to learn stuff. You gotta tell him that, bro, I'm challenging you now. I'm gonna learn some stuff. You go learn some stuff too. So yeah, let's bring spice to life again. Nigeria as it is already very hard. The world is hard. I don't think there's anywhere that is not going through one thing or the other. And what we have is one another. What we have is these relationships we have as friends, as brothers, as lovers, as business partners. All of these relationships are very, very precious. We are talking about the intimate ones now. On Real Talk, we're still going to delve into the different types of relationships, not just this one, but this one we know is
very key.
So next week, we want to talk about after being broken, can you get intimate again? How should you go about it? How much time do you need to give yourself? Healing factor.
Exactly.
Healing. Processes of healing. We're going to talk about healing upper week. The processes of healing, how to understand the healing time between scenarios in a relationship, especially when you are the one that committed the problem. And those of you that the problem was committed to, how you also, the part you need to play in that process. So until then, I'll say thank you and stay awesome and gallant. Bye.
Thank you, Kaffy, for having me.
Thank you, Tolu. You're the best.
Bye.
There you have it. Instagram people are down. YouTube. Yes, right now we are about to leave. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, and follow Tolu at I am that Tolu. Okay, I'll be putting it in the description. I am that Tolu on Instagram, and Kaffy Tube will always be uploading Real Talk on this channel. And we don't know where this is going to lead to. It's a thought, and for me, I believe in just do it. Okay, sometimes it doesn't need to be perfect with stage light, camera, action. It's just the message, and we hope that you love what we are doing. If you do, please comment and share, and let us know what you want us to talk about that is real, going on really. You want to talk about, drop a comment under any of our videos, tag us so that we can see it, and we would love to discuss it and share our own perspective and experiences or learnings. There are some things we've learned that we ourselves have not yet practiced or we're about to put in practice. So we're all there to share this knowledge together. God bless you all. Tolu.
Thank you so much, Kaffy. Bye.